I gotta get a haircut. I paid like $7 to get a haircut in Chinatown.
Yeah.
Do you think it's worth it just going up to like $15 for a haircut?
Well, I don't know where you're gonna get it for 15. It's gonna be 20 in this neighborhood.
But I mean, even in Chinatown, it's like I go to like the low level barber shop, but there's like a mid level barber shop where it's like I'll pay about 15. But it's like, is it even worth going from 7 to 15, or should I? Is there even a difference? Do you think?
How bad's the haircut at 7?
Oh, you've seen my hair.
I don't know if it makes any difference.
But I mean,
What-
do you think you got to go up to like 25, 30 before it even makes a difference, or is 7 and 15? Is it like?
It depends if you're getting a fade.
Oh, I don't really get a fade though. I mean,
Yeah,
my hair
your
doesn't
hair's
really
pretty
work.
basic.
Yeah.
You know what I think in Chinatown? I think the difference between 7 and 15 is how many flights of steps you're gonna walk up.
Right.
Like if it's on the 3rd floor, it's $7.
No, I mean $7 is like you're going into a basement, basically. I mean, I pay $7, but there's actually like $5 spots where it's
Wow.
like you walk in. There's not even anything. There's not even a sign where there's like they usually say like haircut, shampoo, coloring.
Yeah.
There's not even that. It's just one thing that says $5 and it's written in Chinese.
Wow, dude! I remember when you took our buddy there, the white dude,
Yeah.
and he looked Chinese. It's like it's weird. I
Yeah.
had an Indian guy cut my hair. I looked Indian.
Yeah, what's the thing? That's why I can't get my hair cut in this neighborhood is that like I can't look Puerto Rican. And it's like I realized something early on in my life. It's like Asian people really do need an Asian person to cut their hair. I
Yeah,
don't know what it is, but there's something about the texture and like the shape of it where it's like, look, I mean, if I was black, I wouldn't get a haircut in Chinatown.
right.
Yeah.
That's why I need a Puerto Rican person to cut my hair. I go to these regular white barbers, like I don't know, Russian guys or some of these guys on the Lower East Side. They always ruin it. But I go to these barber shops, great haircut.
Well, I feel like if you go to like a white guy in Manhattan, I mean, like that's when you end up paying like $70. Or
Yeah,
something
you
crazy.
do 50.
Yeah.
They spent their whole.
It's not even
secret-
like an ethnic guy. It's just like a regular white dude.
Yeah, first off, if the dude, except for these Spanish barbershops, they translate, they always do a good job. But if I go somewhere and the guy only speaks Russian and I'm trying to tell him what I want and he has no clue what I'm saying, I just get up and leave. I'm like, dude, I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, I think at a certain point, especially when I go to these Chinese barbershops, it's like they barely speak English, and even if they did, it's like I'm paying $7. I mean, what can you really ask them at that point?
You're lucky that you could pay that. I can't believe that you go all the way to Chinatown to save.
That's the other thing too. Is that I'm not saving that much money because it is kind of I got to make a whole day out of it.
I guarantee you the barbershop right at the corner will do a great job for $20.
I don't know. I feel like I've been walking by those guys for like 10 years now. And I'm pretty sure they know my face. So it would be weird if I suddenly just walked in and asked to get my hair cut.
I'd set you up with my guy. He's new over there. He's good.
Yeah, you get your hair cut here?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And he's great. I used to go to my other friend downtown who's a really good barber, a fun hang,
Yeah.
but I don't want to go all the way to West Village.
Yeah.
And I feel like he would cut my hair for a deal, but I feel like, nah, that ain't cool. I'm giving him I'm giving him 20. He charges like 55 or something.
Yeah.
He's got that high rent. Over here, $20, done deal.
Wow.
Dude, I've been to places and they shaved. I had this one barber. Dude, I told him, I said, all right, now watch, don't cut the back. I'm thinning out. And he's like, okay. And he's cutting me. And dude, he's literally got the clippers and he buzzed the back of my head gone.
Wow.
This was like 3 summers ago. And then he goes, no, I tell you, I'll sell you this stuff. It's $100. You need this look, man.
Wow.
And dude, I said, yeah. I said, dude, there's no hair nowhere. You took the clippers and you buzzed it off.
Huh.
And he sold hats too.
Yeah, that's how you end up buying a Yankees hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm like, dude, this is terrible. I said, I'm not paying for this cut. It's the only time I didn't pay for a cut.
Wow.
I had a few
What
guys.
happens if you don't pay?
Hey, they can't make you pay. I'm like, dude, you took clippers, you buzzed it.
Did he try to fight you or something? Or
Well, you know what's weird about that? They have a razor. It's like I have no weapons.
Yeah,
They
well,
have
I
a
mean, it's
straight
not even
razor.
that. It's almost like what happens if you don't pay at a restaurant or something. It's like I guess they call the police, but
No.
not for that. I
they
guess maybe
try
the guy
to
just takes a
hold you.
loss.
You know, I've had people run out. It all depends. A family restaurant will make you pay for it as a server.
Oh yeah.
I had to pay a couple people's tabs, like $103, dude.
Dine and dash.
Oh my God, I hated it. There's people that would send food back 3 times, and I'd see them putting it in a bag in their purse.
Oh wow.
And they'd be like, "Yeah, no, this wasn't cooked. Nuh-uh, you got to send this back."
Wow.
And I tell them right to their face, "Why are you putting it in your purse then if it's not that good?" They got a Ziploc bag in their purse, $1 tip.
Wow.
You were nice, right? You give $1 tip, family of 27 people.
They write it on the $1 bill.
Right.
Yeah, some purple highlighter or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But barbershops, I don't know if there's any way around not paying, to be honest. I had to pay everyone. I had one time a guy, the haircut was perfect. I go, "Thank you." And he wouldn't let it. He was one of these guys that acts like he's doing extra work.
Right.
Like, you ever have those guys?
Well, they get like at the end, they take the scissors and they pretend that they're doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Well, you know, the truth is they don't want to cut your hair short because they want you to come back in 2 weeks. I'm telling you, dude. I left a shop one time. I go,
like conspiracy theory thing.
Nah, dude. I went all the way home. And the wind blows, and my hair's way up here. The dude spent an hour. He's styling it.
Wow.
And I look, and dude, it's all the way in my mouth. I'm like, "Yeah, I need you to cut about 4 inches off." I went right back.
Well, now you're complaining that he didn't cut enough.
Right. Well, I walk in, I sit down, I say, "How you doing?" And then I tell him, I go, "Look, see this area right here?
Yeah.
Don't cut this."
It's the no-fly zone.
Yeah. I'll say, "Just trim up around here, and that's it, with some scissors and around my ears, $20. You don't got to go crazy." Buzz the back of my neck with the thing.
Yeah.
And nobody could ever get it. This guy, though, great, man, this dude.
Well, these guys, I mean, like, the haircuts in this neighborhood, it's all these, like, Puerto Rican spots. And if you walk home, I'm walking home from the train at, like, 3 in the morning. Dudes are just getting their haircut.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night.
Worst time to go to there, or when there's a baseball game, dude. You ain't, dude. You're gonna be there forever. They're watching the game.
It's so funny because there's like I don't know how their business model works because I guess the barber rents the chair or something.
Yeah.
So maybe they just work whenever they feel like working. But if you go like right now, there's gonna be just 6 barbers just hanging out.
Oh yeah.
Just playing dominoes during the day.
There's a ton of shops.
And then in the middle of the night, that's when someone actually comes in to get their haircut.
I really like the barber shops in Harlem. When I lived in Harlem, I'd go over there, and dude, they'd have people randomly coming in selling stuff that they stole all the time.
Oh yeah.
You could be there and get a Versace jacket for like $200.
Well, that's like the black barber shop where you just hang out.
Yeah,
that's just sort of like the neighborhood. It's like go to the community center.
It is crazy. It is, dude. There's times I've waited 3.5 hours.
Wow.
I'm like, dude.
But those 3.5 hours, you're just hanging out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in the mix.
Just chilling, yeah. People making fun of each other.
Yeah.
Some of the funniest people in the world are barbers. If you ever hang in those hood barber shops, they just crack jokes all day.
Well, I think part of that, too, is that for, like, especially, like, cool black guys, they get their haircut, like, every 4 days.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're just around your barber that much, then you end up developing much more of a rapport. Whereas if you go to, like, the Chinese barber shops, I mean, these guys, you get your haircut every month.
Yeah.
And you're there, you're in and you're out. There's no talking. That's the other thing about the Chinese barbershop for $7. There's no music playing. It's dead. It's dead silent. All you hear is that buzzer.
Wow.
And every once in a while, a little shuffle and some, money changes hands. But there's no, like, camaraderie to it.
Yeah, what's that even like? Do people seem like they're having fun? Is there a boss?
No. I don't even know who's in charge. I don't know how much money these guys are making or if they like their jobs. It's all very much like it's like going to a dentist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that you ever go to that barber shop in New York? It's a speakeasy.
No.
At night,
that's the
Lower
one
East Side.
they do the shows at?
No. That's another one. This is Blind Barber.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. You got to be like the no to get in.
Oh yeah.
My cousin used to work there, so I used to get in. But he has his own shop now too on the Lower East Side. He is a cool shop. Like if you go to my cousin's shop, Mildred's, it's like, man, this is what being a barber should be like.
Right. Yeah.
But people come in, they all know each other. Everybody that works there is like a model. Az Ansari was getting his hair cut there.
Wow.
And it's like these people will pay. They tip you crazy.
Well, I think those guys, I mean, like, there is an upper level of, like, barbers and, like, hairstylists in Manhattan where it's, like, it's got to be, like, $200.
Yeah.
And then you're tipping, like, the same, like, 100% tip.
When you get, like, you talking men's cuts?
Yeah, or even
Man,
women's.
That's great.
Women's
are
cuts.
definitely 200.
Yeah. I mean, but with women, you're not there all the time. Men's
Right.
cuts, it's like you're in the mix like every week and a half.
Yeah, and they tip you good, man, because they know, I got a good barber. I like the hang.
I wonder though, how much of that can people really tell the difference between a $50 haircut and a $100 haircut? I don't even know what's happening. I mean, like, because I don't have the kind of hair where you do something really like intricate. But even like Aziz, I can't picture in your head what Aziz's hair looks like. Will you ever think like, oh, this guy has got a killer haircut?
No, you're right.
This is just like a regular little Indian dude.
Yeah.
If you went to, if you hang around a bunch of Indian guys for a while, you're going to see someone who looks kind of like Aziz.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't know the difference either. I seen that thing where, I think once you get to the point to where you're like me is where you want to pay. Because you were like, okay, I don't look bald today. You did a good job at this.
I feel like the people who want to pay a lot of money, and I get it, is like a cool black guy. Where it's like super precise, the lineup.
Yeah.
Fade is like perfect on a waves or something.
They cut your football number in there.
Exactly. But it's like very specific. Like it's about accuracy.
Right.
It's like this guy's line, because, people are talking about their hairline.
Oh, yeah.
It's a very sensitive issue in
in
the culture. But it's like, that's like a very specific, you got to have like precision. It's almost like, remember playing Operation back in the day?
Yeah.
Where you got to do like a very specific thing. That's what that kind of barber is, where it's like this guy's an artist. Whereas for someone like you, it's like, I don't know, the hair is kind of up in the air,
Well, some of these guys, like I'm friends with a couple of barbers that do house calls. I think that's where you're paying the 100.
Well, I mean, if you're like an NFL player, it's like, I think the guy comes to you.
Yeah, a rapper.
And those guys are just like shoveling money out.
We know a guy that cuts a few people's hair, and he goes right to their house like a rapper.
Yeah.
I think a few real famous people. Once you get a cool barber like that that's good, I guess you stick with it.
But maybe a lot of it, too, I think it's just like, just knowing like, well, I'm at this level of wealth. I have I have a hot wife. My apartment's real nice. I got to pay at least $150 for a haircut.
It's funny to me because I come from a family of barbers. Like my Uncle Bob's a barber. I almost tried to be a barber. My Uncle Lou's a barber. My Aunt Sharon's a hairstylist.
Yeah.
And, my Uncle Bob has his cuts pretty cheap, gets you done quick, and they look great.
Youngstown?
Yeah, it's in Ohio. And, dude, he'll have 30 people. It's crazy. Like, you go to a barber shop here, right?
Yeah.
They got 2 people. You're waiting an hour and a half. I swear, my Uncle Bob, snap.
Yeah.
And you're done, in and out. And he's got like 25 people ahead of you.
Wow.
And he blows through them.
Well, this is like, how much is the haircut, you think?
Probably 25. And
Well, these are like working men haircuts then.
Yeah.
This is like get them in, get them out.
But they still look the same as like.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I guess it's just us not having the right eye for style or something, but.
Well, I got my hair cut down in Lower East Side one time thinking, oh, this is great. In Lower East Side, they got to be good.
Right.
And it's when you go down the steps, basement cut. Dude, you know how that is.
Yeah.
Dude's cutting my hair late at night after a show, and he keeps going on the back of my neck, dude. Like, he keeps getting my hairline higher and higher.
Oh,
and
he's using like the straight razor thing?
No, just the and it's burnt. But I think maybe his thing was old. Dude, it's burning. And I'm like, ah. And, dude, I had a red line on the back of my neck. I'm looking. And my haircut, a terrible haircut, dude. It was bad, dude. Real bad.
How much?
He was acting like he was hooking me up. He got rid of my unibrow. Dude, it was all off to the center. He kept trying to do it. I'm like, looking like Butters off of South Park. I'm like, dude, stop.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'll take care of you. So the dude didn't even have a license. He's like, license? I learned how to cut hair in prison.
Wow.
And you don't need a license in New York. You just got to work under somebody with a license.
It's like a liquor license, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, what, a little neck burn bothers you? Dude, I had a red line welted for 3 weeks.
How much?
27 plus tip.
That's not bad, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
For
know.
a prisoner?
Yeah, I guess you think about it.
Well, no, I mean, I think you go to Manhattan, Lower East Side, you got to be dropping 50.
Yeah, I mean, you would think.
75 plus tip.
This was right by St. Mark's, right there. I think it was called St. Mark's Barbershop.
I think I know what that is.
Yeah, you go down the steps.
But I think the real spots for like a men's haircut, it's like Midtown, and you go to like the 4th floor.
Oh, yeah, you get a cigar.
Yeah, it's like an office. Everything is all like mahogany.
Whiskey.
Yeah,
I've had that.
Yeah, it's like kind of dim lights.
They got the hot towel massage.
Yeah. That's the thing, though, is that like, we're talking about Aziz's haircut. And it's like, this is just like, I've seen this guy in person. This is just like if Aziz wasn't famous, this would just be like a little dude who's walking by you on the street.
Right.
You wouldn't really think this is like a famous Hollywood guy. But I feel like if you are like, DiCaprio type of level dude, that guy could get a cheap haircut. He would still look famous.
Yeah.
He would still look like a really good looking guy.
People find way to spend money.
Yeah, I think that's all it is.
I got to get Matt Rife's barbershop. Whoever's doing his hair is doing a good job.
That's the thing, is that like I think once people are paying because they assume that that's the thing that's going to take them to the next level. Even though it's like, no, you could pay to get Matt Rife's barber. You're not going to look like Matt Rife.
Yeah.
That's not the key right there. It's just
Yeah.
gonna, unlock things for you.
The thing with barbers is it's like, how much more can they lie to you? Like, I go to barbers. I know the game because I come from a family of barbers. And test this out. Well, you go to the Chinese ones. They ain't really telling you shit. But test this out. Go to American barber and just start lying to them and watch how much they lie to you and act like they just go along with the story, dude. Like,
right.
And then you can.
Well, they're working for a tip. It's just like a waiter or something, right?
I'll go into certain barbers, dude. I'm not lying. This would make a great TikTok video, and this is why I gotta make life fun myself. And I'll go in sometimes, and this is just me to have fun with life. And I'll talk with like a country accent. I'll be like, me and my two daughters, they went down there, and dude, the barber will start talking like me.
Oh yeah.
They want to mock you. Oh yeah, I got a lot of family down south. My Uncle Lou does it real good.
Oh wow.
I picked it up with him and customers. It's like a mimic thing.
Yeah.
They want you to feel comfortable. Even I think all barbers do it. They're like car salesmen.
Well, it's like you're stuck with this guy for at least, I don't know, 20 minutes. So you got to keep it comfortable, I guess.
I can't stand how intimate it is. I had one barber, man, and he used to be like just bumping into me all the time, like right up against me.
Well, it's a very vulnerable situation.
Yeah.
You're like, their nuts are on your shoulder.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Getting all in, breathing on you.
Especially, I mean, like back in the day, getting my hair cut at like Supercuts, one of those kind of like, mall places.
Oh.
And it's just all women.
Oh, God.
And it's just this like big woman who's just like pressed on my shoulder. It's
pissed off.
It's so gross. Well, just her tits on my shoulder and like pressed in my ear.
And they got to massage you at Supercuts. That was their whole deal.
I think that was your Supercuts.
Yeah, in the mall, they used to give you like a hot towel on the face. They massaged your shoulders. Yeah. They had the thing, though, by hand.
Yeah. But I mean, those were like, my hometown, Albany, California, Supercuts store number 1.
No way.
That's where our Supercuts originated.
Man, what a shame. Dude, I hate to knock on people from I've never had a good Super. You go to Supercuts, dude, you're losing from the beginning.
You think about it, though, it's crazy to me because, like, you go to, like, McDonald's or Chipotle, and it's like, all right, this is a chain. You got to have the Big Mac has to be the same, New York, Ohio, California. Fries have to taste the same. Everything. There's a reason why it's like a franchise because it's very consistent. But it's like, why is Supercuts a chain?
Yeah.
Why does it need to have the same barbershop in each city?
Yeah.
What do you even like? What's transferring over?
I'll tell you, it gets known because it's all girls and it's these guys that like that's their best excitement in life. You get these middle-aged men. They're like, oh, I got a girl that's going to touch me.
The girl at Supercuts is not like. I don't know. Is that really getting excitement from that?
You got to go to a Vegas Supercuts probably. You see the girls that are really killing it now are the ones that sit on your lap. Have you seen that on TikTok?
This is a haircut?
Yeah, dude. She innovated. She said she started in the pandemic. She was like, I used to be a stripper and all the strip clubs closed. So I just decided to get my license for cutting hair.
So she's like riding you?
Yep.
Wow.
While she cuts your hair.
I don't know. I mean, like, you can't really get precise.
I don't think people are worried about
right?
that.
I think at the end, you're ending with the buzz cut there. You're not getting like, she's not going deep.
What about the people that go to barbers just to get their head shaved? Barbers got to love that. Like, that's an easy one.
That's what's crazy. I used to shave my head for a few years. And like one time, because it was such a pain in the ass to do. People act like it's so easy. You just go straight back. But
yeah.
Like, it takes forever to actually
missing
get
spots.
in the nooks and crannies. Yeah, and you're trying to use a mirror. And I got my phone back here, and I'm trying to take pictures of myself. It always take me like 45 minutes minimum. And you got to clean up. But then one time I was like, I'll just go to the barber. I'll just pay him. And he did, like, it was the worst buzz cut I've ever got.
Wow.
Yeah. He thinks that this is like, this is going to be my cat. This is going to be the easy one. So he just does this for a little while, and it's all patchy and shit.
You could always tell a barber knows he messed up whenever he does the mirror thing extremely quick.
Yeah.
You know,
He's spinning you around.
yeah, you'll be like, dude, pull
Shampoo,
the mirror
huh?
up again, and you'll be moving your head, and he'll be moving it.
Well, it's like at that point, it's so hard, especially when you're paying $7 for a haircut. I can't ask for more at that point. This haircut is done when he says it's done.
I was never able to get a good barber, so I'm so happy when I have a few. I got one guy in West Village who's great, and I like talking with the dude. He's a cool dude.
Yeah.
And then I got this guy over here, but until these two guys, dude, I swear, because my cousin, I don't want to bother him. Dude, his line, he's like a top barber, you know what I mean?
He's got his ease.
And when he hooks up my hair, I'm telling you, that's the difference, dude. I'm telling you. He just knows what to do.
I have never seen you get a haircut that looks different than other haircuts.
Well, it was a while since I've had it done.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I saw you.
Yeah.
I never thought like, damn, Dom's killing it with the hair.
You know what he used to do? He had a way of like leaving one part real long, and then he would style it nice. I'm telling you, it looked good.
But I mean, you look good for the day. And then you go home and you shower.
Yeah, I don't know how to style my stuff. I just learned from a dude on the boat, an older dude, just like me.
Yeah.
He was telling me scrunch it. I started doing that. He's like, no product, just squeeze. You know.
I don't know. Do you think like as your hair keeps going, do you think you're going to start getting more fancy with it? Or is it going to become at a certain point you got to go like short?
No, there's going to be a change, dude. This hair, I'm making a change. I'm not getting rid of it, and I'm going to start taking care of it. I'm going to do the products. You see, I've been buying different shampoos.
But I mean, like, at a certain point, it's going to start getting a little light back there, right?
I mean, I'm getting the medicine. I don't care. I'm figuring it out, dude.
Have you actually looked into it yet?
Yeah, the stuff from the doctor I'm going to get. I just got to... Dude, my doctor quit. You ever hear of a doctor quitting?
Oh, they got to quit at some point, I guess.
I wonder if it's because I dropped the one thing. I was like, what do you mean? They're like, yeah, you got to find a new doctor. Second doctor that quit since I've had Medicaid. The other guy went back to DR. He was my favorite guy. Remember him?
Yeah, the guy who was having sex.
Yeah. I guess he's no longer in the States. But I had, my other doctor, Indian guy, dude. He was the best. Like, dude, I swear, nothing. He knew what everything was before the x-ray.
Oh, yeah.
He'd just tell you, nope, it's this. And sure enough, it was that.
Wait, so you think, does Medicaid cover hair transplants? Or is it,
no, I'd have to.
Well, you got to pay out of pocket?
It wouldn't be a hair transplant. Well, I was thinking I got two ways. I could go to Bosley, but, dude, this New York Bosley, I don't know. It looks like somebody stitched a rug on people's heads.
What's Bosley?
Or whatever it is, the place in New York where people go and they pay for the follicles. You never seen that?
Nah. This is like a specific place?
Yeah, there's a place in New York, and you go, and they do the hair transplant. You pay for the follicles.
Oh, wow.
Like, you can get as many follicles as you want. Yeah, they take it from the side of your head and put it up there or whatever.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it gets expensive.
How much is that?
I knew some people that dropped like $12,000 on it, but
wow.
I feel like I'm just going to get the Propecia.
Oh, yeah.
Why would I do the follicles?
Well, I think Propecia probably has a less percentage of, like, success, right?
Maybe, but I might as well try it first.
I mean, how much is that going to cost you?
It can't be that much. People pay for it.
How much would you pay if they said, like, 10 G's?
No, Propecia's not that much.
But, I mean, like, if somebody offered you, if Propecia doesn't work and you got to go for, like, the
hair transplant, I dropped $10,000
you dropped 10 grand on it?
I mean, right now I can't.
Yeah.
My goal is to do Propecia, get our podcast to blow up, and then I'll drop the 10 G's in like 5 years.
That's the problem, though, is that you can't get too famous while you're kind of bald.
Because I'll get known like that.
Because then, then it'll be obvious that you got the follicles.
I don't care. I'll be like the Tate brothers. I'll be like, yeah, my hair was wrong. I fixed it.
Yeah. Well, you don't think, though, Andrew Tate, you don't think you'd ever just go for the Tate where it's just straight back?
Nah, I got too many dents on my head, dude.
Yeah.
I used to smack my head all the time. Me and my brother used to hit our heads to stay up.
Yeah.
I'd hate to see the damage. I could feel lumps sometimes. I mean, dude, we had this gas meter. And for my family, well, put your shoes under the gas meter. Like, you ever have a rule in your house that makes no sense?
Put your shoes under the gas meter.
Like, every time, right? Even just hearing you say it out loud makes no sense.
Wait, what?
That's just where we put our shoes in our household. And there was this low gas meter. You'd be putting on your shoes, hurry.
Oh, okay,
thunk.
yeah.
Dude, bleeding. Remember, I just hit my head hard. Remember, I was bleeding. Remember, I had that big... I'm always hitting my head, dude.
But you don't think, though, I mean, like, I feel like it's a pretty respectable haircut for like a balding guy when it's just like close.
Yeah,
Just
but I
like
can't
real
do
close crop.
because I did the close crop. I can never
Not
do
like
it.
close though. You didn't go that close.
Um,
Where
I-
it's like you look like athletic.
yeah, I went
Jason
to like
Statham.
a 3, but the problem is I don't look athletic.
Yeah.
I look like George Costanza,
Yeah.
dude. Because it's
Even
a,
that, I mean, I guess.
it's a lot thinner than it looks.
Yeah.
Looks can be deceiving. See, if I buzz this back, dude, I mean it's gone, dude. I have like I'm bald. Like,
Oh wow!
I look
even the bald though. If you keep it close, the problem with bald is when guys try to go along on the sides or do like a comb over. But I feel like as long as you keep it clean looking,
nah, I think I still got time to save. The only thing that bothers me is the back. See, you know what I'd like to ask these guys at these places? I'd like to just get a few follicles in the back and then a few right here.
yeah, they're not gonna sell you that.
Yeah,
They're
need to
selling
make
you the
more.
full package.
And then, like, I know people that never paid on their shit. They're like, dude, I ain't paying for that. You don't need to pay for it up front.
Oh wow!
What are they going to do? Take your hair?
That's gonna be the bill that you got following you for the rest of your life.
I mean, nobody could do anything about it.
Well, I mean, they'll take you to collections on that. You think they're not gonna just let that ride?
And
Come
you
on.
can't lie about it. You got luxurious hair.
exactly.
You're sitting in court.
Yeah, I mean, people are gonna. That is a clear case of guilt.
I know a guy that did his, man, and it came out good. And then I know another guy that did his, and it didn't come out good. So it's like, how are two people in New York going to the same place with different
Well, some of it
results?
is just your genetics, I think, because they're taking the hair out and it has to they poke holes into your scalp,
Yeah.
and I think it has to kind of take. You know what I mean? Like it has to, your body has to accept that this is a real hair in a real place.
Yeah.
But I think there's some people where your body is realizing like, nah, this isn't. We're not doing this.
It's weird how some of that stuff works out. I knew a guy got shot with a shotgun in the face, and he tried blocking it, and they took meat out of his ass to rebuild his hand.
Yeah.
And he's got a hairy ass palm from it.
Oh,
Because
wow.
it's like crazy. The hair just grows.
Yeah. Well, your body is like trying to figure out what's going on.
Right.
So it's something in your nervous system is like, all right, something's out of whack, but we still got to send this hair somewhere.
But what do? Do you get that hair removed? He said he nares
You
it
just
off.
shave it off. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
he's,
mean, at that point, it's like you'd rather have that than just the blank spot on your hand, right?
I guess. Now they're doing hand. Dude, I seen this thing on TikTok. The first successful face transplant.
Yeah. Even that, though, it looks kind of fucked up, right?
Bro,
Yeah.
it would look different. I don't want to say look fucked up, but man, that was crazy. I mean, it would freak me out.
It looks like you're wearing like a skin mask.
And it showed the before and after. It was a totally different face.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like, I can get like hair transplants. It's like if it goes wrong, you just shave it off and give up.
And it's
But
like,
at least hopefully your face or something. It's like that you can't go back from that.
and what if that dude was an asshole? Everybody hated his guts. Oh, there's Gary.
Oh yeah.
You know, you're getting your ass beat.
I don't know. You think like, I feel like if I was in a situation where I was going bald like that, and I could feel like I had maybe 5 years, those are the 5 years where it's like I gotta get in shape now. If I'm gonna be bald, I gotta be like jacked too. Not even jacked, but like this guy's clearly in good shape.
Yeah,
Because then if you're in good shape and then you cut it real close, then you look athletic.
oh yeah, but this whole athletic thing you're going for, your hopes are too. I wish it worked like that. If you're going bald and you cut it close, you're still bald.
Nah,
I did
think
it.
You look athletic. The problem is you just don't work out enough.
We'll put a picture on the podcast from me 7 years ago when I cut it close,
Oh yeah.
and you're gonna be like, "Wow."
I don't know. I mean, I knew you back then. It's not like this is like.
I don't think I hung out with many people when I cut it close. I let it grow back. I was hiding out, man.
Because we've known people that are like going bald and like trying to hang on for too long,
Yeah.
where it's just like real thin right here, and it's like you can kind of see the skin, and it's just embarrassing.
You know, it's crazy how they could do such a different thing with like black people. You see black people like 70 years old and they trim up the sides. They give them a tight fade like a Caesar. And then they put that glue on.
Yep.
And then they glue the
Well, I think
waves on.
the black community they've done because there's so much more emphasis on your hair that there's just like new technology being invented to like how to fill in gaps.
And well,
And there's like, I think for women at least, like wigs and stuff are more acceptable in that community. Whereas I think for like Asians and white guys, there's not scientists who are trying to invent new shit.
I've never seen an Asian with his head shaved, to be honest. But
Oh,
black
you
dudes,
mean
it
like
looks cool.
yeah. I mean like the Bic razor.
Would it get
skin.
shiny, or mine? I feel like mine would be white. Like it wouldn't get shiny like them people. Or
I
do they
think you
put
would
wax
look.
on there?
Yeah, I think like at first it would look crazy because it would just be like kind of like
Because
too pale.
it's a different skin up there for me.
Yeah. But I think like it would take. You'd have to just sit in the sun for like a week, and then everything would sort of start to bake into the same color.
Start buffing it out.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the other thing too with like black guys. Michael Jordan. I mean, like it looks cool.
It looks cool, man.
I mean, like there's such people freak out so much about their hairline. It's like, oh, it's going back, and it's like, just shave that shit. You look fine.
Dude, whenever you see somebody with their hairline starting halfway up their head, it's like, I can't not laugh in their face. I'm like, dude, just cut it back, dude.
And it's just years and years of that.
Yeah, well, now that I'm feeling so self-conscious. See, I thought I was doing good. I went to the cellar. I was using the bathroom, and they have the mirror back there, and it was just a good day. And I'm like, wow, you can't even see the bald spot. And then the other day, somebody's like, man, dude, you got to shave it off. And I get my phone, and I look, huge bald spot.
That's why you're better off not knowing, I guess, right?
How's it looking right now?
I can't. I mean, like it's thin, but it's like I can't. There's no like. It's not. You can't see the skin really.
I could still get away with it.
Yeah. I think you got at least 3-4 years before you really got to make a decision.
I'm hoping that the technology moves up. You know, they could graft bones for people. They could break your bones, make you taller. They
Right.
got to do something with the hair loss to make it easier.
Well, I mean, you got to think if you were like in charge of that, do you really want to the smartest people in our society working on the hair, or do you want them working on cancer?
Yeah.
You don't want to take them off the cancer and put them on, balding.
But I wonder if that's even the same thing. I wouldn't want people.
Well, I mean, we only have so many smart people in the world, so it's like we got to send them. Hopefully, they're doing something good as opposed to like
Right.
Yeah.
Like Neil deGrasse Tyson. Once you could play with the DNA, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
I want us to be able to alter our DNA. I actually want to reverse it and get rid of a chromosome and be a monkey.
Right.
Because, dude, they're strong.
Yeah, it's true.
I was in Gibraltar, dude. I'm telling you. That would have been the best Van Damme movie ever. He went to all these places and fought people. He should have went to Gibraltar and fought the monkeys.
Oh, yeah.
Because, dude, these monkeys are strong.
I think the thing with Van Damme, though, if he was fighting like a great ape, I mean, it would come down to like the first part of the movie would be like him meeting the ape. And the second part of the movie is him trying to fight the ape the first time and he gets his ass kicked and like almost dies.
Yeah.
And then the third act is like, oh, now Van Damme has to like get smart because these apes don't have technique. So Van Damme's got to you got to do a little feint over here, set a little trap with some leaves or some shit.
Yeah, live off bananas.
And the third act, the ape, he just finally tricks the ape and, at the end of the movie, the ape's hanging upside down by a rope.
He'd have to have flashbacks of the ape raping his girlfriend or something.
Yeah. Van Damme can't pull off smarts very well, I guess.
Or killed his brother.
Yeah.
I seen his audition tape once, dude. It was crazy. Like his first, when he came to America to be an actor, he was doing that helicopter kick and he's walking up to the camera.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Even Mel Gibson, these guys didn't really know English. They became great actors.
Look at Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Right. What? He didn't speak English?
I mean, barely. Even now, he barely. It's incomprehensible. But no, like
I
Conan
didn't
the
realize-
Barbarian. If you watch like, I watched the Netflix documentary about him. But if you watch Conan the Barbarian, he has like a few lines in the movie, and they're incomprehensible.
Where's he from? Australia?
Austria.
Wow, I never knew there was a difference. I thought I was just pronouncing it wrong.
Austria is in Europe.
Why would they do that? Why would they name two countries pretty much the same?
That's true.
It's stupid.
They are pretty far apart.
What do they speak over there? Russian?
Austrian.
Wow, so it's not Australian.
It's right
Austrian.
next to like Germany and Hungary.
Oh, Germany, that makes
it's
sense.
like one of those sort of like eastern parts.
You know what language I want to learn is Mandarin. I've been hanging out with a lot of people that speak Mandarin.
Well, that's the future right there.
Yeah, I believe it too. You think so?
Oh yeah. I mean,
why
like,
is that? Everybody
'cause
speaks
it's
it.
China's the future.
Yeah.
If you can go over to China and be like the guy who can actually like, I mean, you gotta. If I could go back and just learn like Arabic and Mandarin, that's like you just instantly James Bond.
Wow.
You
why?
go anywhere in the world and you're like respected. Cause no one. I mean, do you know anybody who speaks? Do you know any white guys who speak Mandarin?
No.
fluently, and it's like the hardest language to learn too.
Is it?
Yeah, because there's no like, I mean, it's not like learning Spanish where there's like, at least you know what the letters say,
Yeah.
and there's no like the verb noun system in Mandarin. It's like you start from zero, so you got to start from like becoming a baby again.
It's a cool language, man.
Yeah.
It sounds so unique. They speak it quick too. You have no clue what they're saying.
And it's like intonations, so you got to hit the notes. It's like you almost got to learn how to play music at the same time.
What?
Because if you say a note, if you say the word at like this, and you say it down here, it's like different meanings.
Holy cow.
So it's like, I mean, you got to imagine like how much different stuff is going on at the same time, and you're on a motorcycle and you're yelling at a guy. 'Cause that's how these Chinese guys get down. It's like you're on like a little scooter, and you got a chicken on the back, and you got 2 seconds to make this transaction. So
Yeah.
you hop off the scooter and just yell at a guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. I met a guy from Africa just recently, last week. I forgot what part he was from, but he said his area, pretty nearby his area, there's 13 different tribes. So he speaks like 12 fluent African languages and
Right.
French.
Oh yeah.
That's insane, dude. He's like 22 years old, speaking 13 languages fluently.
Yeah.
And he said they're vast. There's a big difference. He's like, it's not like Spanish to Italian.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine.
Even
that.
in like those African countries now too, it's China that's taken over there.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, like they have like huge parts of Nigeria and like Ethiopia.
They're the
where
new
you go,
Europe.
You go there and like all the signs are in Chinese now.
That's wild.
Yeah. So if you got to really man, that would be like, you want to talk about like a career booster. If you could be the white guy from Ohio who speaks Chinese, oh my God.
Dude, I'm going
You
to learn
do a comedy
Mandarin.
special in Mandarin, that'd be incredible.
All these guys I hang out with, I think it's not just people from China that speak Mandarin, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be the international language.
But even right now, these other guys that are speaking it to me, they're from other places too. I don't know where.
Well,
they're
that's how
from.
big China the reach is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, I swear there's a guy from Peru speaking Mandarin.
Yeah, I could believe it.
Those guys play foosball so good. You ever play foosball with people from Peru, dude?
I hate playing foosball with people who are like serious about it. It's not even fun anymore.
Dude, these guys
like playing-
pass the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
There's
insane.
strategies. They're going backwards and forwards.
Yeah, dude.
And it's like, this is supposed to be fun. You're supposed to be drinking and having
Oh,
fun.
they treat it
They
serious.
get all, and they start flipping it and everything.
People get so mad about that foosball, dude. You got to call next. There's people that will run the table. They got championships for foosball.
This is on the boat.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's one of those things too where it's like when you're playing pool against somebody who's really good at pool,
Yeah.
and you just do one thing, and then it's like the next 20 minutes you're just standing off to the side.
Dude, you know what's funny? I was thinking, I was just playing pool a lot recently this week, and the other comic shot a lot of pool. He was good too. But dude, you know what's funny with pool? You want to play, and I suck at pool,
Yeah.
but you don't want to be like, hey, I never played before. You won't get on the table. So it's kind of like the joke you have when somebody's telling you bad news. There's not much you can say. It's the same with pool. You got to be like, there's only so many things you can say. Oh, darn. Missed that.
Oop.
I was off.
Yeah. Little to the left. Yeah.
You just keep missing the shots. You break wrong. I don't know if it slipped or what.
Yeah.
There's only so much you could say. These guys knock them balls back. Like, my cousin Eric was a great pool player. I think he won some championships. And I'm telling you, these dudes on ships are crazy good at pool. The game's over in 3 minutes.
Wow.
'Cause
And
they
that's
just-
like not a very good environment for pool, too. It's just
Dude,
moving.
the balls are moving,
Yeah.
but it makes you better.
I guess.
That's
yeah.
like the Van Damme of pool.
I don't know.
And these guys are playing with broken sticks that are taped together.
Wow.
It's insane. Dude, great at pool.
Those guys started playing pool with like coconuts or some shit
Yeah, probably little rocks.
on a beach. Yeah.
They'll hit through some spots, dude. You'll be like, that's never going in. And they'll just easily get it in, speaking Mandarin to each other and shit. I don't even know what they're saying.
I think that is like, I mean, it's such a dishonest thing to be good at. It's like a real like low life kind of skill. Where
Yeah.
it's like, if you're good at pool, you can go to any country in the world and just find kind of like a shady bar. And you
Hustle
can
people.
Go in there, hustle some people, buy some heroin.
Here's the problem with hustling people, man. I had another cousin that used to try to do that. And I used to hang at the pool halls when I was boxing. And, say you do beat somebody in pool, you got to be able to beat them in fighting, too, because they're just not going to pay you.
Yeah.
you know?
Well, that's the thing. That's why it's a low life skill.
Yeah, you need a bookie.
You got to have a buddy, and you got to find you got to finesse them.
You got to hustle them
Yeah.
somehow.
I don't trust it though. Like when you meet somebody and it's like, you probably had this with boxing. I've always heard about this where it's like the guy who tries to feel you out.
Yeah.
Where he's like, "Hey, you ever play pool?" And it's like, "Oh yeah." You say like, "Oh, I'll play sometimes." It's like, "Oh yeah, we should play sometime." And it's like this guy, he's trying to set you up.
Yeah.
Where it's like, he's just seeing dollar signs.
He takes out his own stick.
But it's like, yeah, if it's boxing, it's like, "Oh, you ever box?" Like, "Oh yeah, I used to box back in the day." "Oh, we should spar."
Yeah.
And you go in and he just beats the shit out of you.
Yeah, dude, I've had the opposite of that happen. One guy came into my gym once, and he was acting like he was so tough. And, dude, I beat him, and then we put him against a 13-year-old. This kid was a badass, though, a little farm boy. And, dude, this 13-year-old beat his ass, a grown man in the boxing gym. You know, people would walk in and try you. They'd come in the gym, "I want to fight your best fighter."
Wow.
And my trainer's like, "I can't do that." Like, our best fighter was, like, competing for a world championship at the time.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, "If you elbow him, we're out $800,000.
Wow.
So he's like, "Put him in with me." And I beat his ass. I was 16. Then they put him in with a 13-year-old.
I guess the difference, though, with pool is that, like, with pool, you got to act like, I barely play.
Yeah.
And then you got to lose the first couple games. And it's like, how about double or nothing?
Yeah.
40 grand. And then it's like, then you rock them. And then you just take the money and run.
Yeah, you're a master. But, dude, then you got to have a gun.
Yeah.
They're not going to pay you.
You're living that life, man.
I don't know. You know, another game where you get hustled in is that 3-card Monty, man. I seen somebody lose $100. I don't know how they do it. But you ever see that in Times Square somewhere? Or like,
I lost when I was like 12 years old. I lost $40.
Yeah, it's like, I swear they cheat somehow. You could be like, dude, I
course.
know that's the card.
Yeah. I mean, that game is 100% rigged. And it's one of those games, too, where it's like there's a guy who's doing it, and then there's a guy who's watching.
Right.
They're buddies.
Yeah.
So that's like one of those like old-timey kind of scams.
It's a bait and switch.
The thing with pool, though, is that like this is just a guy who's legitimately really good at pool, who just like has to act like it's like white men can't jump.
Yeah, you put the
like,
work
what's
in.
this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Putting that work in.
Or like these like chess guys in like Union Square, where it just looks like he's like the fucked up homeless looking guy.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, this guy's been like a chess master. He's been studying his whole life.
See, those scams though are so small time when you talk the internet now. Like,
yeah.
I was talking to somebody, his wife works at a bank, and he's like, you wouldn't believe how many people get cleaned out from people calling and saying, hey, you know, your niece got a DUI, she's in Mexico or something.
Right.
And old people will send the money. And, dude, you don't get it back.
Right. But I think there is more satisfaction in, like, being the pool guy or being, like,
because you get to win.
Hustler. Because you still get to play pool.
You're a hustler.
And it's, like, you really, like, they always say you can't hustle an honest man.
Yeah.
But, like, with someone, like, if you're putting money on something and competing, then it's, like, not only did you just win and take this guy's money, but you really, like, took his soul, too.
I don't understand.
You got to watch. Imagine like, you lose the first match on purpose. You lose the second match on purpose. You get the guy a little drunk. Then that third match where it's like that's when you really turn it on. And just imagine, you think about how a pool game ends, because it's not even like it's like basketball where it's close,
right?
And you're like trying to block. It's like this guy just has to stand there and watch you just run the whole table. And then the 8-ball at the end, and you just you close your eyes and you do it backwards or something. Just to fuck with it. That's got to be so satisfying.
Yeah, getting that win. It's good being good at anything.
Yeah,
like when you get good
clearly,
at something.
That's the kind of game too, where it's like you can't become good at pool in 6 months.
Right.
This kid's been playing since he could stand.
Yeah, you get people that've been playing for 40 years.
Yeah.
And they'll run that table all night. There was a few guys that, dude, it's like.
And you can't look at somebody and can't tell if they're going to be you can look at a boxer and think that you can tell if someone's in good shape.
Yeah.
But you can't tell someone's good at pool or chess or something. That's just like, it's a mental thing.
Or scamming you with the credit cards.
Yeah.
It's always hard to tell those guys. I just had a scammer call me, dude. He almost had me. I can't believe how dumb I was. Dude, he said he was from the New York courthouse.
Oh, yeah. We talked about this.
Yeah, but the dude had an Indian accent. It's like, I know this dude is like,
I don't know.
What's the odds? But I almost paid the guy, dude. I was this close to paying the guy. He had me, dude.
Yeah.
These scammers.
Just think, though, that must be for him. put yourself in his shoes. That guy spends the entire day making the exact same phone call. It's got to be so exciting when he finally lands one.
I wonder what the numbers are on those guys scamming.
I mean, think about it, though. For a guy who's in India and to do like call center work, that's like $5 an hour maybe there.
Yeah.
So you really only got to hit one a week. If you can scam somebody for $800.
There's that new scam in New York. I almost got it, dude. Kids, dude. These kids, 8 years old, are scamming people now. They sell candy, and right, we know about that scam.
Yeah.
But they say, oh, no, we just take Cash App. Our school won't let us turn cash in.
Oh, yeah.
Can you give us Venmo or Cash App?
Oh, yeah.
And they keep getting weird with the number and the spelling, so they say, let me get your phone.
Oh, yeah.
And, dude, people fall for it. It's a 7-year-old kid.
Yeah. I mean, I think we've all learned at this point, you never ever give somebody the actual phone.
People do it. Uber shares, too.
Yeah. That's why it's all cash.
Yeah.
Cash is always the best system.
Yeah, I agree. Until we get rid of it. When's China getting rid of cash?
I don't know.
Did you see that dude that got scammed in Puerto Rico? I seen these people when I was in Dominican Republic doing this, where they have the Chinese money, and they, in Puerto Rico, it's American money.
Yeah.
But people are too lazy to Google search this. So they think there's like Puerto Rican money or something.
Oh, my God.
And it's like, so they sell you money from China, and they say, yeah, this way you don't got to pay the currency, the 20%. And, dude,
Oh, wow.
people fall for it.
Jesus Christ.
The dude got hit for $10,000.
Wow.
It was all over TikTok. I've seen these people.
Man, can you imagine if Puerto Rico just had their own money, though?
Oh, dude.
It's just like Jennifer Lopez or something.
Yeah.
Oh, man, what do you mean I got scammed? I got 10,000 Jennifer Lopez bucks right here.
It's just some girl with a fat ass.
Yeah, right. It's Pitbull.
Yeah. Dude, I'm surprised they don't. I'm surprised. Is Roberto Duran on the money in his country?
In Mexico or something?
I think he's like the president of his country, isn't he?
Yeah. No mas.
He knocked out a horse one time, my grandfather told me. Yeah.
I think that's the kind of boxer where it's like you could say anything about Roberto Duran. I believe you.
Did you ever hear the one story? I was watching it where he lost the fight or whatever. It was one time him and Sugar Ray Leonard.
No
but
mas.
he had to shit. He shit his pants in the ring or something. Yeah, that no mas.
Yeah.
I heard an inside story that's because he shit his pants.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he ate a bunch of food to make weight. So afterwards, he ate a bunch of food to get his weight back because he starved himself. And, dude, they played the video slow. It looks like he's covering his ass running out.
Oh, wow. That explains it, I guess. I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often in boxing and the UFC. Because it's like you're putting your body through such an extreme thing that last few days.
Yeah.
Where you got to cut weight and then make weight, whatever.
And you're nervous.
And it's like that day. It's like your stomach is all fucked up because you're worried about fighting Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah, dude.
So it's like, how do you not? I don't know how your body works.
Yeah, I used to hate it, man. I remember one fight I had, and they had to change my fighter. A few times I had my fighter changed. So it was like my third fight. They didn't count it. It was supposed to be a pro fight, but it counted as an exhibition because this dude was the second best amateur in the country.
Oh.
And I had to fight him. Dude, I got beat so bad. And you know what was funny is I didn't realize how bad we would go after my fights. We'd go to the bar and watch the tape. And they're like, oh, man, he caught you that one time. I'm like, I didn't even feel it. And then, dude, we watched the tape, dude.
Oh, wow.
I never knew.
Rocky punches.
It's weird. Have you ever been knocked out?
No.
You got to do it sometime. Dude, I got cracked. I've been knocked out twice, I think, like by myself, from boxing, and then once probably by myself in a car accident. But I had... Dude, I had, what do you call? I was, the
effects.
Yeah, dude. I just couldn't
CTE is
even
kicking
think
in
of
right
it.
now. Yeah, it's hot in this room.
So we're fighting, dude, and he caught me. And I remember he caught me, and I was like, oh, I feel that. And I shook it off, and I was in it.
Yeah.
And just for a second, I was like, my knee got weak. Dude, we watched the tape. It looked fake. It's weird watching yourself get knocked out after. Because, dude, I'm surprised they didn't stop the fight. For like 18 seconds, I was like this, dude. Like,
wow.
He definitely caught me crazy. I can't believe I didn't go down.
Jeez.
Then one time a baseball player came down, and I was like, man, you're too pretty to box. I was like, look at you, man. Even my trainer was like, look at his nose. He never been in a fight. Dude, first punch, he was a pitcher from a baseball player, knocked me out cold.
Wow.
Never boxed a day in his life. I was a professional fighter at the time.
Hey, I mean, anybody, you get caught in the right way.
I didn't see it coming, man.
Wow. But like when you get knocked out, I mean, they always say it's like the pain doesn't really come immediately, right? You just wake up on the ground.
Oh, you don't feel it.
And you just wake up and you just ask, like, what happened, right?
The ones you feel are the body shots.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that'll
Kidney
make
punches.
you quit.
Yeah.
You can't breathe. You get hit real good in your solar plex with an uppercut or something. You can't move, dude. I don't know how boxers, when you see a boxer take a good body punch, to us, we're just like, oh, he caught him. In real life, that dude's experiencing the worst pain he's ever felt.
Well, when you watch
life.
somebody, the way that someone goes down from a body shot, it's not even immediate.
Yeah.
You see them take the, what was that big fight that happened a couple months ago? The short dude, black guy? Was it Devin Haney or?
Maybe. I can't even think.
It was like the big one. I watched it, but it was like the way it ended was just a dude takes a kidney punch, and at first you see him wobble a little bit, and it's almost like if you look, probably zoom in on his face, you could see just a thought process in his head where it's like, is this even worth it?
Oh my God!
Where it's like you
not.
gotta decide, am I going to keep standing here? Because at some point you're just going to get caught with another one.
Yeah.
So it just like he wobbles at first, then he just goes down on one knee, and then that's it.
When I got my nose broke, dude, I got it really broke. And, dude, I honestly thought this whole bone was cracked. I kept trying to spit out my teeth. I thought they were gone.
Wow.
Dude, I couldn't feel nothing. I was like, I know my teeth are gone. My trainer was like, your fucking teeth are there. Shut up. And he's smashing my nose to make it normal.
Wow.
And then, dude, I had to go back out and still fight. Broke nose, ribs hurting.
Jeez.
Getting knocked out's that's the easiest one. Dude, I was in MMA too, and that sucks. Getting tapped out, dude, that hurts.
Well, that's like your ego, though.
Well, it actually
I've been tapped out
too.
before.
But you've been tapped out by your neck or by like a leg or arm pull?
I mean, when I did judo, it was everything. I mean,
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's the one. That's like you either get pinned or you get,
But those could hurt too.
It is, but it's also like, I mean, it's more like scary because you don't really realize what's happening at first.
Yeah.
And then you don't realize, can this guy even tell that I'm tapping?
Yeah.
Or if it's like, yeah.
I remember my friend, he learned how to put people to sleep, and he'd do it to everybody.
Yeah.
I'd be like, dude, don't put me to sleep. He'd come up behind people. And then, dude, 1 second, they'd be asleep.
Oh, man.
It was some X choke. And, dude, they would go right to sleep
Yeah.
at parties and everything.
Can you see yourself getting back into that?
I would do it just to get in shape and the fun of it. I miss sparring, dude. There was something so great when you're just exchanging blows. You have a good sparring partner.
Right.
And you guys don't get mad at each other. You're catching each other and boom, boom, boom. But it's just something feels good. You don't get mad at little things like when the train's not running or if somebody yells.
Well, you're taking out your aggression on somebody. So
everything.
Yeah. It's funny, though, because you watch, like, I don't even know how boxing works in terms of, like, the business of it. But I always see TikTok videos of Floyd boxing, like just sparring in his gym.
Yeah.
And I don't even know are these guys getting paid to spar with Floyd? Because he just like ragdolls people.
Oh, yeah. No, when
just,
you're at that level, you get paid. You got to pay those sparring partners and they make good money.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, like, I wonder just from an ego standpoint where it's like, I guess it's exciting to where it's like, I'm boxing one of the greatest boxers of all time.
Yeah.
But then you go in and he's just like, and this is Floyd in his 40s.
Right.
And he's just ragdolling you just around the ring. And you just, what's that even like for a guy? He's got to support his family by just getting the shit beat out of him?
That's what they pay you for.
Wow.
Dude, I had a great buck. Kelly Pavlik, world champion. He's from my hometown.
Yeah.
He worked my corner for a fight, and I beat the shit out of the dude just from what he was telling me to do.
Oh, wow.
My trainer I had originally was kind of a drunk. He had this ego thing. Like, he was my trainer and my manager, and he would always tell me everybody that could beat my ass. He'd be like, oh, Connor, beat the fuck out of you. And it's like, the dude's 280 pounds. I'm 130.
Well, he's trying to hype you up.
Nah, I don't know what his problem was, to be honest with you.
This is just it's the kind of job where you just get to be a bully, I guess.
Yeah, dude, he'd be like, I can't hold the mitts for you. My wrist hurts. I'm like, well, I got a pro fight coming up.
Yeah, right. Can we get a good guy in here?
Yeah, can we get somebody with a normal wrist? And then, dude, we had, I'll tell you, the money game with fighting's so shitty. Like, okay, it's pretty much like your manager takes some, your trainer takes some.
Yeah.
You got to pay for the travel. You're losing 40% of taxes. These guys that make $2,500 on a fight, they're if they are lucky enough to not get cut or anything, they're probably making $300 walk home.
Jeez.
Because, you know, you got to pay like 7 guys to come out. You got to pay for a hotel over the night probably. Food for everybody. Then your
gotta
cut
buy a
man.
robe.
Yeah, you got you need the shorts.
You got to pick out a cool entrance song.
Yeah, you got to grease a few people's pockets.
Yeah.
A lot of these good boxers take these fights overseas because they don't count for nothing. You could go over there and lose and make like a quick 60,000 or something.
You fight in a barn in Thailand or something?
Yeah, I think Mayweather's still actually fighting. It's just not on record.
He's fighting like exhibition matches in like Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
With just like the toughest Saudi Arabian guy.
Getting that money.
Yeah, it's so crazy to just watch the way his career is ending. Because you look at like just like as an arc in terms of like where he started and then when he first like got the belt and when he got to Pacquiao and everything. And it's like, if you were making a movie about Floyd Mayweather's life, the last fight would be Pacquiao.
Yeah,
like
probably.
10 years ago. But then,
wow,
like, when
it's
you
been
look,
that long.
Well, maybe not 10. It's been a while, though. Because, I mean, that they were hyping that fight up for, like, 6 years.
Yeah.
But then just imagine what, like, that's where the movie should end. But then there's, like, this huge after part. You think about, remember you saw the Muhammad Ali movie with Will Smith?
Yeah.
The final fight is him versus Foreman, right?
Right.
It's what, the Thrill of Manila.
Yeah.
But it's like, and that was like, what, 72 or something? But in reality, Muhammad Ali fought for like another 15 years.
Yeah.
And he was just getting the shit beat out of him at the end.
See, Muhammad, he was dealt that bad card because he wouldn't fight in the Vietnam War. So he
lost his prime years.
Yeah.
But
that's
even that, though,
with,
where it's like he was just, that's where you're talking about like boxers getting screwed over. That's the worst of it, is when a boxer is like a great boxer like that is at his peak, but he's not making the money that he should make. So that he has to keep fighting.
Yeah.
When he probably should have stopped.
Yeah.
And in the end, it's like those last couple of Muhammad Ali fights in the 80s, it is rough to watch.
Oh, dude, I know. Him and Trevor Berbick. You ever see that one?
Oh, yeah.
But Tyson got Berbick back good. I think it was Trevor Berbick.
Yeah.
But, dude, yeah, I know. That was like dude, Ali, man. I wish I could have seen him fight live one day.
Well,
fight.
You wish you could see him in his prime.
Yeah.
I wanted to see Tyson when he was fighting in the 80s, not when he was fighting Lennox Lewis or something.
He came through our town and he did like a tough man contest to where the other person wore all these pads. He looked like the Michelin Man. We had no clue that's what was happening. We bought tickets. We wanted to see somebody get knocked out. This dude came out. Tyson had these huge gloves on. This dude had headgear like this and this big bodysuit. And Tyson still beat the shit out of him. I mean, dude, you still heard those crack.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, even like wearing like headgear in boxing, I mean, you're still getting rocked.
The only thing the headgear really helps is from you getting cut.
Yeah.
But you could still get cut.
I mean, the force is still hitting. It's like a football helmet or something.
Right.
Like,
I actually think it's worse to have headgear on because now you have a way bigger target.
Yeah.
People could just smack
and you're
the
more
shit
confident. And you don't realize you're about to get, smashed.
Yeah. My trainer used to hate when I'd move out of the way of a punch.
Yeah.
What are you, a sissy? Take that damn punch. I used to move out the way because the shit hurts.
Yeah.
He'd put me in with heavyweights, dude. I'd get hit so hard. He'd be like, I'm trying to make you tough. It don't work like that.
Right.
You know, I'm like, dude, what am I learning here? I'm fighting a slow fighter. Like, the speed's what matters. That's why they put off the Pacquiao fight. He was way too fast for Mayweather 6 years earlier.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like Kyrie in his prime. Dude, these people were lightning fast.
Yeah.
But, dude, what do you call? I remember I would get hit so hard, I wouldn't be able to think for 3 days. Like,
wow.
I'd be putting the orange juice in the cupboard and I wouldn't know where it was. I left my car at the gas station once, dude. I just wasn't even thinking about it.
Hey, you were already in slow classes too.
Pro. And then I was extra slow from that.
This is double slow classes, yeah.
Triple slow classes.
Wow.
It messed me up. You know what's funny? You could see my driver's license picture from when I used to box until now. My nose used to be twice its size.
Wow.
It was so huge, my nose.
Jeez.
I feel like that's why I got this callus, this caveman brow. I took a lot of blows, dude, in my days.
Wow. Just think someday after you die, you get to get like, post-mortem.
Yeah.
They're going to poke around in your brain. They're going to see all these holes and shit.
Man, I'll tell you what. I just seen this thing, and this cannot be true. You know, I get my news off TikTok.
Yeah.
Are they really discovering something to read your actual thoughts?
Yeah.
Dude,
hmm
this is insane.
Well, I mean, like they can like kind of hook things up to your brain where it's like, you ever play one of those like really simple like phone games where it's like you just got to go left or you got to go right?
Yeah, like that pool game.
Pool
where you
ga- yeah,
pull
something like
back.
that. But it's like you can control that with your brain. So
Wow.
it's like if you're thinking in your head like left, they can tell what you're thinking there.
Well, what if you're thinking to this guy, I don't like you?
I mean, like that's the kind of thing where they're basically there already, I think.
That sucks for everybody. I had this one guy, he does magic, and dude, he's actually really good at magic, tours the world doing it.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm going to read your thoughts. And I didn't know he does magic. I was just hanging, drinking with him. And the whole time I'm thinking, man, this dude fucking stinks. Like, dude smelled terrible. And he's like looking at me. Dude, I'm trying my best to change my thought.
Wow.
And then he writes something down. And he goes, do you know what I wrote? And I go, no. And dude, I'm nervous. And then it just says no. I'm like, oh,
Wow.
thank God. Like,